What inspired me to start making films? Well, I've always loved movies. I've always been a fan, as I feel like most film people start out with the inherent love of movies. But I never really saw it as a career or anything. I never really thought of it as something that I wanted to do with my life. I just kind of thought of it as something I enjoyed doing. But that kind of changed in high school when I had a pretty severe brain injury. I used to play football and I had a lot of concussions, and the last one was pretty bad, and I was in the hospital, and basically I couldn't read or write really, or walk or do anything for a while, so I had to kind of relearn how to do that. I had to drop out of school for a year, and through that recovery process, it was about 6 months of just doing intensive physical therapy and ocular therapy and all kinds of stuff every day. And through that process of recovery, I kind of started watching a lot of movies. And at that point, I sort of fell in love with film and writing and screenwriting and all those kinds of things. And so that, I think, is what inspired me initially to sort of go into film and try to do filmmaking. But then from that point, I kind of found a passion for telling stories. And I think I always really love a character and a story that moves me in a way, and I think film has the possibility to do that much more powerfully than most anything else, because it comprises all these different elements of, like, a picture or music or art or any of these other things that kind of have the ability to really move somebody in a way. It embodies all of those elements and really can, unlike anything else, give you a full picture and a full real emotional impact. I think the most important thing for me to have in my movies, I think what I really think is the most important part of making a movie, is the ability to really explore a character, explore somebody's, what makes them who they are, their heart, their feeling. And it's crazy because these are all, these are fictional characters. These are not real people who are, in a biopic or a documentary, you'll find real people, but like, generally, when you're writing a movie or writing a narrative or working on a film project, those characters are not real people. Those are things that we've created. Those are composites of people we know in real life, and people we want to be, and people we are, and people we love, and it's all these people that we're putting together to create these really rich characters and worlds. And I think that when you are able to really create something that feels real, not just to you and not just to the world itself, but to everybody else, when they can really feel the emotion of the character, that is a very important part of my process. So my goals for the future are, right now, I would like to eventually become a writer. I think that's been really where I've always seen myself going. I don't know. Temple's been a huge impact on me and my future, and where I see myself going. When I started here, I never really thought this was where I was going to end up. I kind of thought it was a transitional place, and then when I got here, I kind of fell in love with the program and really found a niche place for me here at this school. And I think a big part of that is, there's so many great study away programs and study abroad programs, and I did the Venice program, and through that I backpacked around Europe and saw all of Europe, and then I did the LA program. I was working at the studios at Disney, and I was at the #1 film place in the world, and I really got to see how those movies were made and the process of that. And I don't know, my eyes have really been open. I'm graduating now in a few days, and looking back on it, I think I really have learned a lot. And I think the crazy thing is that it made my future, which used to be so clear. I kind of knew getting into this what I wanted to do, where I wanted to be, a director and a writer, and I wanted to make all these movies. But now I kind of have found there's so many other areas of film that I don't want to lock myself into one thing. I think there's so much other room to explore and really learn about yourself and the industry, and what you can do with movies if you just give it time.